Hey everybody. I just kind of want to touch on a subject that has been really weighing me down these past 15 months or so. I would say, a year and now it's August, so a year and 16 months. So 16 months. She's gone forever. The me who existed before surgery, she's gone. And I just spent the past 30 minutes truly feeling that and grieving. I feel like a little bit like a crazy person because I got like a blanket and wrapped it up like a bundle, like she was dead, and that I was trying to treat myself with the kind of love that I would treat anybody that I love if they had died. To practice self-love, to practice forgiveness, to practice grief. That she sacrificed everything to get to that surgery. And yeah, there were multiple surgeries, but the facial surgery, the bottom surgery. But the facial surgery, I think that she knew that was on the road to the final surgery. And so she dedicated her entire life to making sure that I got to exist. That I was just a dream. But she made me real. I don't know what Grow Garden is. Sorry, Freya. I think I really needed to have that cry. I think I really needed to cry like that. I think I needed to let her go. Because I'm trying to pretend that I'm her. But I'm a different person. Looking back, I'm remembering the emotions I went through, but I am so detached from them. They're a distant memory. They're not me. That was a different woman. She sacrificed everything except for getting me to that surgery. That was her entire life, those last 5 years. She died. And it's time to let her go. I know it sounds ridiculous. I feel like a crazy person for, saying this, but I think sometimes we need to grieve the person we once were. I went through a significantly profound, fundamental psychological change. I did not know the extent of how much this would change me. And I think I've been kind of just floating around this past 16 months. The first couple of months I had, recovery to focus on, and then I've been kind of lost. This constant feeling of just floating around, not really knowing who I am. And that's because I'm not her anymore. My entire identity before the surgery was understanding that I was going to get to the surgery and that I would change. She sacrificed her entire existence for me. And I think just like in order to move on, I need to let her go and stop trying to be her. Because she knew that I needed to exist and that I couldn't exist with her in the picture. And it's much more than an anatomical change. Yeah, the surgery physically changed, like a relatively, like, kind of deceptively, like, straightforward change. Like, oh, you changed your genitals. On paper, that sounds really just straightforward. I can't express how fundamentally different I feel. That I feel like I died. And I'm struggling to find out who I am. And that's good. Because it means I'm not holding on to who I was. It's painful. It's difficult. It's not always straightforward. But I think I made a breakthrough today. That I'm finally starting to grieve the woman I was, to allow this woman to exist, the woman I am now. That I have so much more room inside my heart to love others, to love myself, to allow things into my life that I never thought possible. She knew that I needed that. And she's never coming back. And I think she's happy now, knowing that I'm finally starting to truly grieve. It's a common experience, but it's different for everyone. There is a grieving process. It's like somebody died, and in a lot of ways, the past me did die. She is not coming back. Ever. I was not anticipating this profound of a fundamental psychological change. And I'm glad for it. This is like being reincarnated. But I keep all my memories. And yeah, like you could say that in a lot of ways, we all go through that. Everybody, not just me, not just people who go through transgender surgeries. We go through so many fundamental paradigm shifts. Every single person. If we're truly fighting to, grow. If we're trying to find ways to change and to become better versions of ourselves, we have to let the past person go. Because that person was only a transitionary existence. That person existed so that you can exist. And then I exist so that the future me can exist. There's going to be a point where I'm gone. And that the future me will be thankful that I worked so hard to make her exist. And I don't know what that next journey is. And it's a little scary because it feels empty. But that's because it's a blank canvas. It's terrifying but beautiful. It means unlimited potential. And I think I'm starting to truly let go of who I once was. And that she knew that I needed to exist. She knew that she was going to go into that surgery and that she would never exist again. She sacrificed herself for me. And I don't know, maybe I'm just like being a little bit emotional and overly dramatic about this, and maybe that's a little cringe, but I just thought I would talk about it because it was it was a really profound cry. I'm doing good, Weston. I'm just going through the grieving process of letting my past self go, because she worked really hard and she was so tired, but she kept going anyway. She got me to the finish line. She got herself to the finish line, and she opened the door for me to live. I was just a dream in her mind. She had never thought it was possible to get these surgeries to happen, but she did it. Oh, thank you, Weston. I'm a champion. I just thought I had to share this. I haven't been live the past few days. I think I may have gotten COVID. I went to therapy, and I still have like a scratchy, like kind of that kind of phlegm, if that makes any sense. I mean, you can hear it in my cough, like what kind of phlegm it is. I did have nausea, but I got over the fever. The fever is gone. I had a high fever for 2 days. I was completely like stuck in bed, like on Tuesday and Wednesday. And on Thursday, I still had a little bit of a fever, but I was able to get to 2 appointments. But I'm starting to feel better now. And I think like going through like sickness, like I don't know if it was COVID or not. It could have been, I did some house cleaning over the weekend, and there's a lot of mold in the house, and so it's possible I just got like a lung infection or something. Yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah, for sure, my homie, my dude. Yeah, my dude. What's up, my dude? My dude. My dude. My homie. My bro. Oh, yeah, she's just one of the bros. Yeah, I don't know, I guess. I just thought I would share this kind of profound like moment of grief. And no, I don't have any pets. Unless you count Brimpton, the mouse that's like snuck his way into the house and is like clawing around inside the wall. I can't really talk too much. I need to kind of close this up. But I kind of had a moment earlier where I finally released this grief that I was holding on to. And obviously it's a continual thing. It's not like you just do it, like you just it's not like you just grieve and then it's over. It's an ongoing thing. But I feel like I made a significant like breakthrough today in finally learning to let go of trying to cling on to the identity of the woman that I used to be leading up to the surgery. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you can be my online friend. That's kind of, it's like we're all kind of here bopping around and kind of existing. Yeah, it's August. It's crazy. I wasn't holding myself up to such a crazy standard, but part of me wanted to go on a camping adventure. It's not too late. It's probably going to the weather's probably still going to be good well into November. But I wish I could have gone on a camping trip and like a writing retreat to just work on my writing, like on my journals, but also on like my stories. I started a new story today. And it's about grief. And I think that's what opened up this wound. I would say PB&J. Grilled cheese is good, though. I think the biggest thing is that today I made a significant breakthrough in allowing myself to let go of who I used to be. Hey, CXTE. Letting go of who I used to be so that I can finally stop clinging to this past self that wasn't serving me. She only existed because she wanted to give me life. She sacrificed everything so that I could move on. And I'm starting to respect that and live up to that. That she wanted this for me. She wanted me to be happy. She wanted me to finally move past who I used to be. Because I couldn't have moved forward otherwise. There was no movement forward in my life except for getting myself to that operating room. And I did it. I fucking did it. And she was so strong. I was so strong. This outfit is just my pajamas. I've been sick. I'm glad I'm glad that you like my pajamas, even though it's not super glamorous. I guess I can make anything look good. I don't know. But I think I can move on. I can finally start to live and not hold on to this false reality of pretending that I'm the same person as I used to be. Because I'm not. And that's a good thing. But I think a part of me believed that I'm still the same person. And something felt wrong. But it's a good kind of wrong. Because it means that who I used to be is no longer me. And that it wasn't serving me to hold on to her. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling on. I just wanted to kind of share that with the world as best as I can. I will be getting back to, doing my best to kind of just, as soon as I feel like, healthier and not sick anymore, probably play some more RuneScape and try to get some funny clips for YouTube Shorts. I would like to make some dance videos because those perform pretty well. But honestly, recently, a lot of my shorts have been performing pretty damn well. Even the RuneScape ones. I think streaming RuneScape is giving me, kind of a canvas to kind of, create some, good clips of, just chatting. And I do want to do more IRL streaming as soon as I feel healthier again. As soon as I'm not sick. And I need to just get over it and start getting out and going on exercises. We did a lot of cleaning. There's still more cleaning to do, but I think before I get back to cleaning, I need to do at least 1 or 2 IRL streams again. Get out there with the backpack and get some sunshine. And, let the sun on my face after I've been in bed the past several days sick. So I think this weekend, as soon as I feel better, we're going to go on another IRL adventure. Hopefully get some good moments. Hopefully get a clip or 2. And I need to get better at dancing. So I think we should get back to the dance challenge of trying to make, a new dance video every day. Even if it's just absolute 0 effort. I need to just do something. Because those were performing pretty well. Some of them getting 2,000 views, okay? I know that that's like small comparatively to like what successful shorts creators are, but for me that's a big deal. I've been looking at my analytics on YouTube. I've been making significant growth on YouTube, and it's because I'm just constantly like farming clips, like doing my live stream. And yeah, like I wish to be able to transition to more focused and edited, like, recording stuff off stream, like specifically scripting and recording things just for YouTube shorts and for YouTube videos. But I think YouTube shorts most likely. But like that is hard for me, and I think I need to give myself a break and just understand that if doing live streaming is easier and I can still at least make a few clips every stream, then that is a success, even though it's not exactly what I want it to be. I want it to be higher effort. I want things to be scripted. I want to make something that people actually like find value in, and not just throwing spaghetti at the wall hoping something sticks. But at least I'm doing that. So I think I'm doing good. And we're going to get right back into it as soon as I'm not sick anymore. Um, anyway, stay safe, stay strong, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.